Hey everyone, Real Comic Stacks, and I'm talking spoilers for Endgame. So if you have not seen the movie, by all means, go ahead and click off this video. Maybe pick another one of my other videos that you would like to watch that does not have spoilers for Endgame. But we're going to be talking about Thor, and we're going to be talking about the... so last time, spoiler, we're going to be talking about the Big Lebowski version of Thor that the Russo brothers decided to roll out for Avengers Endgame. I feel like in many ways the story arc of Thor was really screwed up in Endgame. It kind of took a big dump on all the improvement, all the journey we've been on with Thor. Because so far the journey with Thor through the MCU has been one of the most immersive experiences. I mean, it's been full of loss, full of doubt, full of this, can I do it? Should I do it? How do I be a good leader? And ultimately, you had two bad movies. You had him kind of as a background character for the MCU. And then at this epic rebound in Ragnarok, he comes back. He takes the throne after Odin passes away and Mjolnir's destroyed. He experiences all this loss, and then he just takes this huge backstep in this movie. So when you think of Endgame, I want you to, let's go back first and think about everything that happened with Thor. Thinking... back in Thor, the actual movie Thor, he was a sentence away from being crowned the king of Asgard, and instead he ended up as a mere mortal wandering around Earth with no hammer because he was unworthy at the time and being lied to by Loki. And he basically, finally at the end, ends up being worthy, destroys the Bifrost, which really had no consequence in the MCU other than some throwaway lines, and... at the end, he has Odin tell him, hey, I'm proud of you. And in a dark world, he goes through a bunch. Loki dies. His mother dies. And Ragnarok, ultimately, the losses pile up. Odin, Mjolnir, Asgard itself. I mean, all the Asgardians that died at the hands of Hela. The Warriors 3. All these individuals are killed in the kingdom of Asgard. But ultimately, Thor follows his sense of duty to Asgard. He takes the throne and seemingly willingly is able... He wants to lead Asgard. Then Thanos. Thanos happens to Thor and Asgard. And Thanos wipes out what seems to be half of the remaining Asgardians and kills Loki. And this loss is a driving factor for him to defeat Thanos and prevent the snap from happening. He travels Nidavellir. He gets Stormbreaker, a king's weapon, and he nearly prevents the snap. He nearly prevents Thanos from accomplishing his goals. And that's Thanos with a full gauntlet he almost killed. Now to Endgame. Thor, 21 days after the snap, is wallowing in his own self-pity and not doing anything for his people of Asgard. Then they get the plan together. They kill Thanos, and Thor throws him back into this wallow around in self-pity for 5 years of drinking and wasting away in New Asgard. The guy who was willing, it seemed, to lead is suddenly just unwilling to take any responsibility and is hiding out with his buddies, what is essentially his mom's basement, other than there's no upstairs. And just being a complete loser. And, I mean, really, some king, some leader. Thor is so absorbed with himself that he completely disregards the people of his kingdom that he's supposed to be leading. And basically, they've basically been exposed to a triple snap. Think about this. They went through Hela, who decimated the Asgardians. They went through Thanos, who showed up and absolutely wiped them out on the ship, killed half of them. And then, half of those that got away, when the snap happened, boom. Half of them are gone. I did a video on it a while back about the number of people that I projected that was on there. But he's got about 1,600 people left based off what that ship, the sizes and dimensions. And those are a ship full of families that are broken, children that have died, and husbands and wives that are alone. And Thor is hiding. He's hiding from it in a drunken stupor like a coward. He's made this whole movie to look like a complete drunken fool throughout Endgame and waste any and all growth we saw in this character prior to Endgame. And the cherry on top, afterwards, after Thanos is defeated, he hands away his crown. He's like, whatever. You lead them. I don't want to. And now the speech he got from his dear old mom was basically, in the movie, it's hard to be what everyone expects you to be. Two ways to take that speech. And that's, the first one is either, I can go and be whatever I want to be because everyone and their expectations of me, to heck with them. That's not fair. It's not fair for them to expect me to lead them or any of that. Or you can take it a completely different way, and it's like, yes, the expectations that I'm going to lead like my father did and did do things the way he did, that's not fair. And that's right. He doesn't have to be Odin. But there's a way to lead where he's comfortable. Well, no, not comfortable, because leadership isn't about being comfortable, but bearable, where he can lead the way that he sees fit and that fits his personality, rather than just not leading at all. In the end, Thor is abandoning Asgard. He's abandoning the Asgardians. Not the place, the people. He's abandoning his people. He's walking away from his responsibility. He's walking away from his family's legacy. He's walking away from a people that could really use the God of Thunder to lead them in this new and different world that they've suffered through, all this suffering they've experienced. They need him. And instead, he's running off with the Guardians of the Galaxy, leaving Asgard to fend for itself because Valkyrie is going to lead him. And Valkyrie, let's throw some at her. She should have walked in there and slapped him out of his drunken stupor and told him, get out here and lead your people. That's what a good friend would have done. But instead, she sat there and just let him do this. And so he needed somebody to show up and do what Bruce did. Bruce needed to do it a lot more in his face, but anyways. To heck with Thor for avoiding his responsibility and not stepping up and leading. This Thor is selfish, self-centered, and if I have to sit through a Guardians of the Galaxy 3 or a Thor number 4, a movie of 2.5 hours of that back and forth banner between him and Star-Lord with the, I'm the leader, no, you're the leader, I know who's really in charge, that idiot conversation, I'd rather just save my $15 and go do something else, because I don't think I'm going to be able to handle that. Guys, I have a real problem with this lack of leadership from Thor, and I think it's ridiculous. I think it's a huge step back for a character that everyone had gotten excited about, especially after Infinity War, where he showed up in that scene, delivered that blow. We thought we were going to get a Thor that mattered in this movie. And now, were there some cool scenes with Thor? Yeah, him wielding Stormbreaker and Mjolnir, that was pretty cool. It also was really cool watching him sit around 75 pounds overweight, jiggling like Santa Claus in a bowl full of Jell-O. It was freaking ridiculous. I can't believe what they did to him in this movie. Big disappointment. I'm not looking forward to anything they're going to do with him going forward because of this. And that's a real bummer because, I'm a huge unapologetic Captain America fan. I thought they did Captain America great in this movie. I thought they paid the respect going forward to the character. It was really good. I can't fault anything they did with Captain America. I can't fault anything on Tony Stark. But what they did to Thor stunk. So, guys, that's all I got. Hey, tell me your comments below. Did you not feel this way? Did you feel like I'm missing the mark on Thor? Did they do him a disservice? Or do you think he was emotionally overwhelmed and can no longer, handle this? Love to hear your thoughts, guys. Tell me what you think. Comments below. If you're not, hey, I appreciate it. If you subscribe, leave a comment and leave a like, guys. That's all I got for now. And I appreciate it. I apologize for the audio. There's probably some background noise. I'm on vacation right now, and I've got the kiddos, and they are having a great time. We're having a great time, and I know that leads to a lot of noise in the background sometimes, guys. That's all I got. Real Comic Stacks. Out!